Klaus is one of the best Christmas movies you've never heard about. Klaus is a very weird Christmas story about the origin of Santa Claus, obviously. It starts off as the story of Jesper, a spoiled and selfish postman whose father owns the post office and wants him to be a better human being and take responsibility. So this can happen. His father decides to send him to Smirensburg, a city at the end of the world, and gives him the task to manage to send 6,000 letters by the end of the year, and then he can go back to be rich and spoiled and do whatever he wants. But when Jasper gets to Smirensburg, this is where the fun begins. He soon realizes that he cannot fulfill the task because the people of Smirensburg fight every single day 24/7, and they don't know anything but fighting and being evil to each other. Apparently the two main families or fractions of the town have been in war for centuries, and they don't know happiness. The kids hit each other, be mean to each other, they're mean to everyone, and so they don't really do letters or anything else except fight. Which brings him to meet Klaus, a toy maker who lives far from Smirensburg but on the same island. And Jasper gets the idea that if he can make the kids write letters to Klaus so they can receive a toy, and he receives his letter. And this is where the whole plan begins, where he just wants the letters and he wants to go home. But from then on, I said already that the fun begins, but this is where everything just goes insane and beautiful and emotional, and I love Klaus so much. The animation style and everything about Klaus reminds me of the good old 90s and early 2000s era films where you had Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and so many more, where you had the beautiful 2D animation, because lately in the past 10 years we've gotten films like Frozen where 3D just doesn't feel as homey and wholesome and kind of feels artificial. But with 2D, I cannot really describe the feeling. It's so beautiful. When I first started watching Klaus, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, because it stars, as I said, in the most known Christmassy way. But thank God, the movie is very fast-paced. The story, as I said, develops very fast. The characters are amazing. The story is so beautiful. The comedy timing is amazing. I love Jasper and his one-liners. It's so funny, and it's really a beautiful Christmas feel-good film. Talking about the characters, we have to start with Jasper, who at the beginning starts as a very spoiled, selfish, and bratty person who doesn't care about anyone, who just wants to lead a comfortable and rich life. But by the end of the story, he turns himself into a compassionate and caring person who gives a damn about everybody. Through his selfish ways, he actually manages to make a lot of change in people's lives. And of course, the other main character that is actually secondary, but also main character, Klaus. This person's character and personality can be only described with the word magic. This is supposed to be the version of Santa Claus, kind of the origin story of Santa Claus. I feel like Klaus himself needs a prequel story. Also, the movie tries to break so many stereotypes and myths, more so about Santa Claus. In Klaus, we don't have reindeers that are magical. Santa Claus cannot just go down the chimney. He cannot do magic. He's just a man, a good man who suffered a great loss. He has always been a good man, but when Jasper came, he's actually the one who pushed him to, again, through his selfish ways, to see that there is good out there and that he can make a change in people's lives. Because before that, before Jasper, Klaus was just waiting for it all to end. Ava, the school teacher who was actually selling fish instead of teaching kids because the kids were just fighting with each other, but she was on the same path as Klaus. She had given up hope and she just wanted to leave Smirensburg, but obviously when Jasper, through his selfish ways and intentions, he made her believe again and actually changed things. But apart from the great characters, we have the joy, the pure joy and happiness of the kids. the first kid to get a toy. When I was watching that scene, every time I watch that scene, I cry so much, and because it's so beautiful, the way he looks at that simple yet so impactful to that kid toy was so beautiful, because the movie for me shows that you don't need a lot to be happy. Because nowadays, I mean, let me tell you a very short story. In the summer, I was at this lake, and there was a bench with two kids and their father. And the kids were, what, 5 to 10 years old? And the three of them were on their phones. And it's like, this is not how you do parenting. I'm not a parent myself, but I don't think that every time pushing phones in front of their faces is anything good, and it won't bring anything good. I mean, I work with people, I've been working with people for the last few months, and every time a baby cries or something, they push a screen in front of them, and that's not okay in my opinion. So the movie just shows how little kids need to be happy. And I think that some people obviously talk about that in Klaus the kids are doing good things because of the toys, but I think that they're doing good things because someone, I mean Klaus, showed them some affection and love, and they were, I mean, Klaus was selfless and he made a selfless act, and the kids saw that, because before that their parents were mean. They were so mean to them, to everyone, and the kids never knew happiness. They never knew anything else. So when Klaus came and showed them a bit of affection through the toys, they changed. And I also think that the people of the town, they weren't good because of the toys. I mean, they don't need toys, they're adults. I think that the adults really took inspiration from the kids being good and were just starting to be good themselves. I mean, at the beginning, you see that montage where they were just going back and forth, but at the end, they were actually, you know, they thought to themselves, that's actually not too bad to be good to your neighbor. You know, at the beginning, it started from selfish intentions, and they just wanted to one-up each other, but at the end they realized that that's stupid. So even though the whole story might have started out of selfish intentions, you know, the selfish intentions of Jesper and then the kids and maybe the adults, but it all ended up being a good thing, selfless thing. And that is the main lesson from Klaus. A true selfless act always sparks another, and that is the beauty of Klaus. It's magical, it's wholesome, it's there to make you feel good, it's not there to judge you, it's there to make you cry and feel things, and it's there to show you that there is magic all around us, and that being a good, decent human being can make someone's life, can make someone happy, and can make someone feel good, and it doesn't take that much. All in all, Klaus is a must-see. It's a beautiful story. It's beautifully animated, it's beautifully told. I love the dialogue, it's so funny, it's really genuinely funny, and obviously Jesper has the best one-liners. He has the best interactions with the kids and everyone. I love it. I love the entrance of Klaus, how he, you know, tries to open up and just be normal, and Ava, how she changes, and how the whole town changes. It's a very beautiful, heartwarming story that we can all learn from. There's so many things in that movie where they want to show you that there is no magic, but they also show you that there is magic. I think if you believe enough in it, then I think that the belief and the goodness of people kind of fuels the magic of the film. And I really loved it. I think that's the perfect Christmas movie, and I want it to get more recognition because it definitely deserves it. So do let me know, guys, did you like Klaus? Are you going to watch it? If you haven't, what do you think about Klaus, about Santa Claus, about Jesper, about everything, about the town, about the story? In my opinion, everything is exquisite, and I'm rewatching it every year because it's just beautiful. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll probably see you with the book of Boba Fett, which is before New Year. So I'll probably wish you one more time a Happy New Year. But for now, Merry Christmas and be good to each other because the world right now needs it.